Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the Serious Strategy Gamer and we are returning to Let's Play Off Command Modern Operations, where we are playing as the US against Iran. So, we are sending out our first strike package against proper Iran, and we are trying to take out their air defense. We've got a large number of units here in the air. I think I can actually go ahead and use the 3D view if I do find it. There we go. Let's use TAC view for a second here. On these seed aircraft, just to get a view of just how many aircrafts there are. You can see there are quite some. Maybe you can go just somewhat in the middle over here. Let's take it over here. Yeah, you can see this is a large amount of F-18s, mostly F-18s. Some other aircraft as well. A couple of Tomahawks down there, a couple of Growlers. There are more F-18s, I do think we have a couple of SuperTomcats in here as well. But yeah, this is a strike force that Iran has coming at it right now. A couple of things are happening in the background that are not too important. We are also sending more air cover from over here. And by the way, you can see a hand over here from these two eyeballs, from these advanced Hawkeyes. So that is very nice to see, although I would have wished that this guy was here while this guy is leaving. So that's not really that great, but I suppose what we can do is ask this gentleman over here, to actually turn on its radar dish, so that we do continue to get an eye on the situation up over here. Right, that being said, I do hope that you guys do not... can I actually change that for the entire view? I think I can. So unit orders, doctrine, can I do that for the entire side? Wait a minute. I think I can. Side doctrine, there we go. Weapons authorization, and I do want to have the AGM harm, and that is... I basically do not want you to fire. Or can I do that on weapon control, land, tight? Can I actually change this to hold? Well, apparently I cannot. Interesting. I thought I could change this. And I can mostly, but not for land. Weird. Alright. Okay, fine. So, yeah, all of these guys are coming up there. The air cover is coming up this way. That is nice. Most of you are staying outside of the curtain of the enemy air defenses there. That is good. We are also bringing up one of our strategic craft here. That is good. You know what? You can also come up just right to the edge of their air defenses. I think that's very fantastic. We also have a couple of aircrafts over here, a couple of F-13s that are striking behind enemy lines, and that I very much appreciate. Good. Very nice. Why are you guys going on loiter speed? That you shouldn't do. I think you could come up a little bit faster. You guys could do that as well. That is air cover 1. We've got air cover 3 over here. We've got the Tomcats over here. Let's bring them up a little bit more towards over here. I think that we are within 90 miles of this airbase over there. That should be good, right? And you guys are staying a little bit behind. That's good. And I think over here is fine. Yeah, very nice. We've also got more Vikings over here. What are you actually? Oh, you are the Combat Air Patrol guys. Yeah, fine. So you are just joining up here somewhat opportunistically so that we can identify enemy hostile, enemy airplanes that are coming out of these airbases over here. Maybe a little bit faster than we can otherwise. So that's nice. Again, ECM over there, ECM over here. Let's bring you up just a little bit towards... Can I actually zoom out over here? Yeah, I think that's good. And I think you can actually already also start your jamming activities so that we are degrading enemy air power a little bit over here. Right. We've got these dead aircraft, and where is the first seed aircraft? Because I think I would like to do somewhat of a probing attack here with a seed group. Do we find one? Seed 5, JSO, dead. Yeah, why not seed 1, seed 5 then? I do wonder why you are so far behind though, some of you guys at least. Right, let's grab you. You are flying much too slow. Let's actually get you to military speed so that you're ramping this up a little bit more, and I think that should be a good idea. You guys also apparently still on cruise speed. That's why you're falling behind, I suppose. Yeah, I should have watched you a little bit more closely there. Right. All of you guys do go up and go to cruise speed. I think that's alright. Yeah, you too. There you go, guys. Okay, fine. And I suppose you guys here can go on loiter speed just for a second, just for the other guys to come up basically and see what's going on. Right, down here you I think are actually on a very low altitude because we want to watch what these guys are doing down here, and we've done that now, so let's go back to maximum altitude, or at least a decent altitude here, so you can rise up again. I suppose you can just, you know what we can do is go over here, then go over there, and then come up like, come on, where's their baseline? I suppose over here is alright, good. And what we're going to do is we are going to ask you to, over here, come down to low altitude, and then over here, you can come back to high altitude, and that should be very lovely and fine. Perfect, good. So that we are checking out what this guy is. Right, sorry about the background noise. Apparently the dog just wanted to do a little bit of noise. Right, okay, we are spotting more stuff over there. We are bringing up more air cover from all the way over here, which is okay. All of these eyeballs are here handing over their responsibilities. You guys are loitering over here. You guys are loitering there. You guys are coming up a little bit to the rear. So far we haven't seen more enemy installation, so that's nice to see. And I suppose what I would like to do is take at least one of these seed groups just directly onto this target cluster here. That would be okay, I suppose. And you know what, since these guys are so far in front, I suppose you guys are going to go on military speed here, and your job is going to be to attack some of these targets here. And I suppose we can allocate these targets already, because our main target here is indeed this SAM installation. And while these are out of weapon range, I think this is very much our most important target here. So let's allocate 8 missiles to this group, and then the book itself is also an important target, so let's allocate 4 more missiles onto that. And I think for you these tools are really not that much of a priority to me, but nevertheless let's send a missile towards each of these, and one to here, and I think that's alright. Yeah, that is perfectly fine. Right, so you should be coming up over there and hopefully already sending up a couple of missiles this way. Again, I'm not really sure that all of them are going to penetrate or anything, but I just want to find out just what exactly they are. There's another tank over there, so yeah, somewhat to be expected, but it's still good to see. Right, and you guys should be pulling up a little bit ahead so that we are seeing just how good our Alpha forces will be, or indeed not. Right, and you can go back to cruise speed, so that's okay too. Right, ECM coming up there. You guys are all going decent speed now. Yes, you are, so that's nice. Good. And likewise over here, I think what I would very much appreciate is if you guys... You Warhawks? Yeah, no, you still have the harm missile. Right, so what are these AA batteries? I think most of them gadflies, SAMs. These, we should know something about them. It's just geckos. I think that's SA-8. I think that's just a short range infrared missile, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, so these really are not our most important priority. Nevertheless, I do want to attack this area here, primarily due to the radar installation, and that does have some coverage against us. So yeah, let's make sure to allocate 4 missiles against you, and then I suppose we can allocate 2 missiles towards each of you. Let's get another 4 on the radar, and I suppose the last one over here can allocate a single missile to each of these small installations, mostly to really suppress them and keep them suppressed. Yeah. Words are hard. Right, what are you guys doing? Okay, you are the... Didn't I want to bring you up at least another 40 miles or so? Yeah, I think that's okay. This air cover group can potentially go a little bit north. You are fine where you are, that's okay. Let's make sure this eyeball is still coming along, but you can do much more slowly. That should be okay. And there you go. So this is the first group of missiles that has been launched from this dead guy over here, and is coming in against the against this group over there. But we are seeing the first missiles coming in, and the first missile is indeed flying from up over there. So that is very interesting, because that does mean that potentially, I think one of these groups, potentially this one over here, is a growler, and that does mean it's potentially one of these growlers over here, and that does mean it has a range of 200 miles or so, 215 miles. So that does mean all of this here is easily within range. So let's pull back our air group over here somewhat. I think that should be okay. So we've got the ECM there, that's okay. We've got you guys doing this. Let's bring up the jammer here a little bit more aggressively, and indeed let's try to come up this way just to jam over there. That should be okay. Yeah, you guys are doing okay over here. I suppose we can bring you a little bit. Let's bring you over the coast. And what we're going to do with these guys down here is we're going to bring them to a lower altitude, minimum altitude in fact, loiter speed, and just, I suppose, over here, so that you're a little bit behind this mountain range, and maybe that missile up there is not going to make it. Hopefully. I don't know. Don't know where that missile is going. I think we're going to get more information on that very soon. Yeah. It's a couple of missiles. At least 3. We are seeing a lot of them right now. Okay, so they are flying due someone in this direction, which is interesting. So, oh yeah, and we are seeing a lot of missiles coming here against these harms. So I think these guys are also streaming against the harm missiles themselves, or the DAT missiles. So that is interesting, and that I think does mean we will be facing a lot of resistance over here. So you know what? What we're going to do is with this group over here, we are going to make sure that we are targeting this installation here even more aggressively. So yeah, we do have still at least 8 missiles that we can and should be sending against it, so that we are hopefully overwhelming them. And at that point we can also go back to loiter speed, which I suppose is fine. There we go. All of these missiles are now being launched. But I suppose all of these missiles here are now going against the against our missiles, not against anything else, which would be really appreciated, because that would mean that it's not the aircrafts that are being targeted over here, but you can see some of our guys are being taken out over here already. So that is not good. But these guys have now launched all of their missiles, so indeed what we're going to do is we're going to bring them over here on minimum altitude terrain following, and just to make sure that these guys are still providing the AMRAAMs for this upcoming battle. And I think that is perfectly fine. Right, let's resume over here and see whether any of our missiles are going to make it through. I think it's going to be very, very tough to disable all of these guys here. So yeah, we really have to see whether we can do anything against them. Just look at our missiles having such a hard time breaking through over there, and that is really not that great. But we are not seeing any enemy aircraft, so that is nice. It's also good actually that these guys aren't trying to engage these missiles, because I don't think they will be able to provide too much of an impact there. But yeah, really we have to see. Yeah, but just our missiles are apparently not able to penetrate. They're barely coming through, and they are sending more and more missiles. So yeah, our test here again, yes, the first volley here was a test, but it apparently very much insufficient to take these guys out. Only one missile has made it anywhere near them, and we are seeing more missiles being launched over here. Still kind of hesitant whether they're being launched against our guys from there. So what we're going to try here is we're going to bring in the ECM a little bit closer, and we're also going to turn on this guy's signals, so that he's conducting a little bit more operations in this vicinity, hopefully disrupting their capabilities to do anything against us. That being said, I think there must be one aircraft that I'm missing, because we should have 4 of these groups, and I'm missing group number 2. There we are. Right, so you guys can also come up this way, and likewise for you, I would also like to turn on the ECM. There we go. So more jamming, and that I think should generally be fine. You guys are now low, and I think you don't actually have to do that. I was maybe a little bit too early in assessing that threat over there. Yeah, okay, and this seed group has now, or is in the process of launching all of its missiles against this group up there. We could of course try to bring our aircrafts close and only launch then, but that does mean risking our aircrafts, which I generally dislike a little bit, so I'd rather not do that if at all possible. Okay, let's see for a second over here, and let's bring you guys over here likewise. What we're going to do is we're going to come in very low with these guys, as all of these missiles are streaming that way. Again, we don't know what these missiles are, where they are flying. It is nice that this missile is apparently at least somewhat close to impacting one of these things. Whatever that is, I don't know exactly. Potentially, I don't think we have had any impact over here, so I think you're in fact going to come for the gauntlet, is that not it? Well, that would not be ideal, but it would also not be literally the worst. But I suppose that is somewhat bad still for us. Okay, so what have we got over here? We've got more seed aircraft. We've got the JSOR. How fast are you actually? I think you're relatively slow, aren't you? 530 knots. Yeah, this is extremely slow. So the question is really, do we want to break through here with all of these guys? Do we at least want to wait until all of these guys here have impacted, or at least until these guys there are running out of fuel? Really not sure whether this guy is even going to make it. There are a lot of missiles coming in there, and we are seeing that there's some fire control active there. But there we are. That was a hit, I think. So let's actually check that and see whether we were successful there. Oh no. 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 Yeah, they did take us out. Just on the last couple of meters there. But still, we have a couple of more missiles coming in there, so that is definitely nice and good for us. So, and again, I think these guys are coming in for these missiles, which probably is going to be a little bit too late to actually make it over there. Now, this missile is a little bit more threatening, potentially coming up against these guys over there. Let's see whether that is truly what's going on over here. Oh! Stop. Stop. Okay, let's go to normal time, because we are seeing a lot of aircraft over here. And aircrafts, I think these guys are definitely hostile, so let's mark them as such. And I suppose what I want to do then is take this guy, because he does not have that much fuel, only 20 minutes of fuel left in fact. So let's actually bring you up towards this direction. Let's turn on your radar. Offensive and radar, yeah, that's fine. And then what I would like you to do is send a missile against each of these targets. Mostly so that they are being disrupted and that they can't fly the way that they would otherwise want to go. Right, come on, you're being jammed over there, that's okay. Still, we are seeing launches over here. At least one missile has been launched, so that's nice. What about the others? Come on, did I not ask you to do that? Yeah, Su-33s. No, you are sending out missiles that way, so that is good. And fine, but maybe is it going to be sufficient? That is the big question. Right, you are over here. You guys are potentially launched against this stuff, so that would be great. Yeah, and we are seeing these missiles coming in here, but I don't think they're gonna make it through to the enemy radar installations. It's unlikely. And this is a lot of missiles in the air here. Look at this. I don't even know where they are going. Aren't you supposed to stop there? for a second. Right, okay, you have launched most of your missiles. There's just one left to be launched. Come on. Yeah, there we go. Fantastic. And that does mean you can now turn off your radar, please. And in fact also the jamming. And then try to come up. Just fly over this mountain range, please. And then try to come home. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to again follow the valley down there. So yeah, let's get towards minimum altitude. Let's go to cruise or even military speed. Let's go to cruise speed. I think that's better because you have barely any fuel left, so that would be great. Right, there we go. Yeah, diving down. These missiles are coming up somewhere, and here we are. More missiles impacting stuff. Is any of our things coming through here? No, it's all their missiles hitting. Not a single one of ours has come through. This is really discouraging. Also, these missiles are flying up here. So yeah, even though we've got all of this jamming stuff ready over there, that is definitely unfortunate. Right, you know what? Let's bring you guys over there so that you can also launch a couple of missiles against all of these aircrafts that are now launching from over there. And I suppose what we have to do is we're just gonna have to launch a large number of missiles at the same time against one target. I had hoped that we'd be potentially able to take out multiple targets, but it just doesn't seem likely. So yeah, we had 6 aircrafts. We definitely need more. I think at least some missiles were nearly coming through over here, although again, just really not most. So, and that'd be 8 aircraft. Let's say 12. I think 12 would be a decent number, I would think, at least. Right, so let's bring you over here on military, let's say cruise speed. I think that's okay. So that's 12 aircraft, all with HARM missiles. I would also like at least one of the DAT groups to come over here as well. Yeah, so that's now 18 aircraft. That I think should be enough, shouldn't it? Right, and then we're going to take 13 aircraft, and 13 aircraft are going to go and strike for this target up there, and hopefully that is going to be enough. Right, so that does leave us with reserves of what? 4, the 2 JSORs, 9. So these 9, we're going to bring them somewhat here in the middle as, again, somewhat of a reserve. And then the 2 JSORs. You have very small range. You guys are also going to come up somewhat here centrally. And that might be okay. Right. Let's hope that our strike will at least hit anything. Just anything would be good. Are you part of anything? Can I just ask you to come up over here? Oh no, we do have 2 JSOR groups, don't we? Okay, yeah, and then we are going to send one down here, and the other one is going to come up here in the middle, and I think that's okay. Yeah, right. There we go. Yeah, and the ECM aircraft are going to close in further, hoping to disable their radar installations here. It's a lot of missiles that are in the air right now. I think this batch here is going to be the one that is going to be attacked next. Yeah, you can see that we are being taken out over there. Just one missile after the other being taken out. And again, I think I said that in one of the last playthroughs as well, but I do think that that is to some extent due to the fact that the American anti-air missiles or anti-radiation missiles are just maybe not fast enough. You can see 1,900 knots, that's nice, but these guys are faster, and the faster your missile is, the harder it's going to be to hit from any hostile aircraft. So, yeah, I don't really think that that is the best we can potentially do. And you know what, you guys, can you actually lay chav? I think that would be great. Yeah, these missiles are coming in. Hopefully, we are going to hit something over there. That would be fantastic indeed. Right, lots and lots of missiles intercepting our missiles. We do have very limited information where exactly they are, but yeah, we can see. It's also one of the facts that is not helping is that these guys are all... ooh, look at them. Some of them are streaming past us. So that is good, but that does mean these guys are going to become active very soon. And that's not great. Where's that? That is potentially down here. Yes, it is. Okay, let's get this F-35 over here, just so that it can also watch what's going on over here. Yeah, lots of missiles that are just in the air now, not doing much, I suppose, over there. But yeah, let's see whether this attack is gonna be helpful at all. Whether anything. I just want to see one of our guys hitting anything. I mean, they are close. They're not just... I mean, some of them might hit something, please. Ooh, what's going on over here? Something is going on. Okay. AMRAAM spoofed. Okay, so our AMRAAMs are coming in over here and trying to hit some of these Su-33s. Well, at least they are disrupting them, and I really appreciate that. So that is nice to see. Yeah, although you're not successful in that, but that is okay. Growler is missing the harm, so that is also nice, but really not enough. I mean, just what is their hit chance over here? 60%. I mean, it feels like more of them are hitting, but then again, you know, it always feels like that. So yeah. Right, there was a hit over here. Not sure what was hit over there. Let's briefly check that. Oh yeah. Yeah, we did kill a flank over there, or at least damage it, so that is good. Potentially kill it. I mean, most likely kill it. Okay, come on. Just hit something. A single hit from our side would be really lovely. What's that? Wasn't... No. Still no. Yeah, there we go. Brilliant. We actually did get a hit over here. I actually don't see it. Isn't that peculiar? Well, you missed the radar by about 30 meters, so that's about, 30 feet, about 10 meters. So that did in fact take out the radar installation, which is brilliant because that is the most important target that we had up here. All of the other stuff is just SA-11s. This here, I think, is just some sort of, yeah, Oscomto. That again is just very much short-range AA stuff that they've got over here. So we don't actually need to be taking this stuff out. So that is brilliant. Our most important target over here has been killed, and that does free up all of these aircraft here to do something else. And that is very nice indeed. So brilliant. Good stuff over there. Also a hit over here. Not sure what we have been hitting over there. No, indeed, another aircraft hit. Or was that the one that we already saw? I don't know. It's becoming a little bit hard to read. No, it's actually another AMRAAM hit. So that is brilliant. You've been laying your chaff over there and you're now coming home, aren't you? Yeah, RTB Winchester. Can I actually ask you to not do that? Bingo fuel is going to be in 4 minutes. Right, so can you actually follow sort of this line over here? I know it's not potentially required, but I still think it would be the better choice for you to do that. There we go. Fantastic. Good. Well, we could have the F-35 launch more missiles against these guys, but really I don't think that is what we want to do over here. So yeah, you guys all doing fine. So these 13 aircrafts are now freed up. Let's wait a couple of seconds here just so that most of these missiles are flying somewhere and that they're all being taken out or just pestering out somewhere over the air, which I think would be brilliant. Yeah, this Tomahawk is also flying up there. Another hit over here. Weapon malfunctioned. Just one missile is coming through and it is malfunctioning. That is not nice to see. But yeah, what can we do? Right, lots of aircraft here in the air now, which is interesting. They are definitely going to come for us, but where are all of these SAM missiles now going to go? I don't see that any of them are flying towards us. Where are you flying? Are you just weirdly flying in that direction? Yeah, you might have tried to intercept something over here and then just flown off to that direction. I think that's okay. Yeah, and most of these guys are now, sort of have now passed us. So yeah, that is definitely okay. Right, and you guys... Okay, let's actually grab you. You're still flying that way. You're going military speed. Can you actually go on normal speed here? Yeah, you've got 36 minutes to bingo fuel. That's okay. Let's see how many flankers we've got here in the air. That I think is about 6 aircraft. So I'm thinking on these guys at least 2 missiles each. No, not the sidewinders, of course. These guys. Okay, sorry, that was my mistake. Right, allocate you, 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 you. Basically, they're just gonna fire that off in that direction, and I think that's okay. Let's turn on your radar. Just so that you can actually launch these missiles. And that would be fantastic. I don't expect it to stick around, but just fire them off in that direction would be brilliant actually. Right. There we go. It does seem like most of their missiles are now clearing up, so that is nice to see. Are you actually targeting the ECM here? Hard to say, hard to say. Right, they definitely have fired off a bit of stuff, but don't know whether that is still applicable here. Okay, you guys are firing off missiles, which is nice to see. I suppose you guys can also come up this way and try to strike. Good, so that I think is a very nice place to put in a cut. So we have been able to take out 1 radar installation. We have fired off against these guys. We've definitely depleted their stores. But was that enough to be able to maybe potentially take them out? I do not know. I think we're going to find out next time. So yeah, looking very much forward to that, and I hope to see you guys around then. Bye bye.